I still remember the way my father looked at me that day. His old, tired eyes, once full of warmth, now held a flicker of fear and confusion. He sat in the passenger seat of my car, his hands resting on his lap, his fingers lightly trembling. I had seen him like this before, lost in his thoughts, unsure of what the future held. But this time, it was different. "Where are we going?" he asked, his voice softer than usual. I smiled, keeping my eyes on the road. "It's a surprise, Dad. You'll see when we get there." He nodded slowly, but I could sense the unease settling in his bones. The silence between us was thick, almost suffocating. I wanted to reassure him, but I didn't know how to without spoiling. The surprise. My father, Mr. Leonard Wallace, had been my rock for as long as I could remember. He adopted me when I was just a baby, took me in when the world had abandoned me. He never let me feel like I was anything less than his own flesh and blood. He was the kind of man who worked hard, loved deeply, and always put others before himself. But time had taken its toll on him. His body was weaker now, his steps slower. His memory wasn't as sharp as it used to be, and though he tried to hide it, I could see the frustration in his eyes. Whenever he struggled to recall things that once came easily, the past year had been especially hard. He had fallen twice, once in the bathroom and once while trying to reach the top shelf in the kitchen. Each time he brushed it off, saying he was fine, but I knew better. I saw the way he hesitated before taking the stairs, the way he gripped the furniture for support when he thought no one was watching. It was getting harder for him to live alone, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. As we drove, I noticed the way he glanced at me every now and then, his brows slightly furrowed. I knew what he was thinking. He believed I was taking him to a nursing home. "Dad," I finally said, breaking the silence, "I know you've been having a hard time lately, and I know you don't like to talk about it, but I just want you to be safe." He sighed, looking out the window. "I don't need a home, son. I can still take care of myself." I swallowed the lump in my throat. "I know you can, but you don't have to do it alone." The rest of the drive was quiet. When we finally arrived, I parked the car and turned to him with a smile. "Come on, Dad, let's go inside." He hesitated, but eventually unbuckled his seatbelt and followed me. As we walked towards the house, he looked around, taking in the small front yard, the freshly painted porch, and the wind chimes swaying gently in the breeze. "Whose house is this?" he asked. I took a deep breath before answering. "Ours." His eyes snapped to mine, confusion written all over his face. "What do you mean?" I placed a hand on his shoulder. "I bought this house for us, Dad. I know you don't want to go to a nursing home, and I don't want that for you either. I want you to live with me, here, in a place that's ours." For a moment, he didn't say anything. His lips parted slightly, but no words came out. He just stood there, his hands shaking even more now. I could see the emotions swirling in his eyes, relief, gratitude, disbelief. "You did this for me?" he finally whispered. I nodded. "Of course, Dad. You've spent your whole life taking care of me. Now it's my turn." His face crumpled, and for the first time in my life, I saw my father cry. He tried to wipe his tears away quickly, but they kept coming, spilling over his weathered cheeks. "I thought," he started, his voice breaking, "I thought you were putting me away. I thought you didn't want to deal with me anymore." My heart clenched at his words. I stepped closer, wrapping my arms around him. "Never, Dad, never. You're my family. I would never do that to you." He held onto me tightly, his frail body shaking against mine. "Thank you, son. I don't deserve this." "You deserve so much more," I whispered back. We stood there for a long time, just holding each other. In that moment, I knew I had made the right choice. My father had spent his life loving and protecting me. Now it was my turn to do the same for him. That day, I didn't just give him a home, I gave him the reassurance that he would never be alone. And in return, he gave me something just as precious: his trust, his love, and the gift of time spent. Together, over the next few months, my father and I settled into our new home. At first, he was hesitant, still clinging to his independence. But slowly, he allowed himself to lean on me. We developed a routine. I would make breakfast while he read the newspaper, his reading glasses perched on the bridge of his nose. Some days, we would sit on the porch and watch the world go by, sharing stories of his younger days. On other days, we would take slow walks around the neighborhood, my arm always close in case he needed support. There were moments of frustration, moments where he felt like a burden, but I always reminded him that love was never a burden. Love was a choice, and I would choose him every single time. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the sun set, he reached over and patted my hand. "I was wrong about you taking me away," he murmured. "You brought me home." I squeezed his hand gently. "You'll always have a home with me, Dad, always." And with that, he smiled, a genuine, warm smile that told me he finally believed it. That he finally understood just how much he was loved. As time passed, my father became more at ease in our home. He started taking joy in the little things again, planting flowers in the backyard, humming old songs while we cooked dinner together, laughing at the old movies we watched late into the night. The house felt warm, full of life. There were tough days too. Some nights he'd wake up confused, forgetting where he was. I would sit beside him, gently reminding him that he was safe, that he was home. And every time he would sigh in relief, squeezing my hand before falling back asleep. The years we spent together in that house became the most precious memories of my life. He lived with dignity, surrounded by love, until the very end. And when that time finally came, when he took his last breath in the comfort of his own home, I held his hand and whispered, "Thank you for being my father. Thank you for choosing me." Even now, long after he's gone, I still feel his presence in that house. In the wind chimes' gentle song, in the flowers blooming in the garden, in the echoes of our laughter that never truly fade. And I know, without a doubt, that he never doubted my love for him, not even for a second. Hey family, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you for watching and being part of this journey. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps more people see the story. If you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful story. I'd also love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. And if this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's spread awareness, inspire change, and keep pushing forward together. Much love.